Good afternoon. This is Shaman Oracle reading, and this is a reading for Pisces, how the moon affects the sign of Pisces. A moon in Pisces modifies your sun sign in this way. The bright side of Pisces moon is you are more compassionate, sensitive, loving, creative, and loyal. The dark side of Pisces moon, you are more indecisive, discontented, vague, secretive, and easily confused. Pisces and the moon have a natural affinity. Pisces is the sign of depth of emotion, and the moon represents your instinctive emotional reactions and sometimes your hidden dreams. Pisces is also the astrological sign of sorrow and self-undoing. If you have the moon in Pisces, you have deep feelings and an innate understanding of the human condition. A danger for anyone with this moon position is that the impressions perceived from the outside world will not accurately reflect the world as it is. Instead, they are filtered through an intense romanticism. Your instant reaction to stimuli is to interpret things as you would like them to be rather than they are. You were the reality distorted classes of the incurable optimist, the dreamer, and the poet. Your romantic emotionalism is not always apparent on the surface. For this part of your nature you try to keep well hidden. However, even the most pragmatic person with a moon in Pisces feels the need to escape in a world of private imagination. As a moon in Pisces person, you are artistic and have a keen love for beauty and the arts. Many moon Pisceans have a flair for acting, writing, composing, or painting. Gifted with visions and imaginations, you express yourself well in creative areas. It is through the senses and emotions rather than the intellect that you perceive things. You are extraordinarily intuitive and sometimes are gifted with psychic vision. You seem able to strip away the veil that separates the real world from the spiritual world and to know things that others cannot comprehend. In the real world, unfortunately, you do not always have an easy time. You tend to let your emotions get the better of you. Though you seem confident and completely in charge, especially if your sun is in a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you have a weakness for letting those with strong wills and definite opinions lead you into unsuitable paths. Although you can work tirelessly and unselfishly for others, you find it hard to be strict and disciplined with yourself. Having to make final decisions causes you conflict and anxiety. There is a strong tendency to escape harsh realities and obligations. Sometimes you are perceived as gullible, but it is only your emotional nature which makes you appear that way. You are easy prey for unprincipled types who play on your tender feelings. It is an axiom in astrology that moon Pisceans are born under a special vibration that impels them to befriend humanity. Indeed, it is through helping others that you liberate yourself. In love, as in all areas of your life, You prefer the illusion to the reality. It is the wild passion, the feeling of being swept away that you desire. Many moon Pisces drift from affair to affair, looking for the fabled glow of love. You are a romantic who will do everything you can to make a mate happy. It is your nature to do this, even if you do not get an equivalent return from the other person. At the same time, you feel vulnerable and dependent and build up an elaborate array of defenses to avoid being hurt. No matter what your sun sign may be, the Pisces moon qualities of creative imagination and sensitivity affect your personality. If your sun is in a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, a Pisces moon accentuates your intuitive nature and spirituality and confers unique artistic talent. If your sun is in an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you combine strengths of purpose with a Piscean moon perceptiveness and idealism. An excellent placement for those in politics and humanitarian work. If your sun is in an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the Pisces moon combines with your keen powers of communication to endow you with clairvoyant ability and a gift for touching the emotions of others. If your sun is in a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, a Pisces moon gives your dynamic energy more depth and profundity. People with this placement have a hypnotic effect on the public. Famous people with the moon in Pisces: Michelangelo Buonanotte, Paul Cézanne, Madame Curie, Ava Gardner, Rita Hayworth, Audrey Hepburn, Helen Keller, Martin Luther King Jr., Paul Newman, Edgar Allan Poe, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Susan Sontag, Robert Louis Stevenson, Leonardo da Vinci, and Stanford White. So that closes up the reading about the moon in the relationship to each zodiac. Thank you very much, Pisces, for being here. I wish you a wonderful day and goodbye.